Hello everybody, hope you're all okay. How's things? It's been a bit crazy here this morning. I've been out and about this morning, back in, but lots to do as always. It's nice to be busy, but of course I've got that fabulous team around me that help me out and make sure that things are running here anyway. So it's all go, isn't it? It's all go. So what are we doing then? Number 416 today. Got my pen pencil Tortillon here as usual. Got a blush tile, and actually my very glamorous assistant Leslie
I'm on it.
has inked the tile for me. So look at that. Look what she's done. She's put all, Valentine's Day tomorrow, so all the hearts are on it. Okay, where are we going to start then? I do want to know sort of where the middle of my tile is here. Hi everybody. Do you know, I feel quite awake considering yesterday was quite a long day. I actually got home last night after being at the studio at just gone 10 o'clock. So yeah, it can be quite a long day. Especially when you leave the house, you know, it's a 2-hour drive, well, 4-hour round trip. But there you go. All right, let's go a bit bigger then so you can see what I've done. All right, put myself a little across so I sort of know where the middle is. What I want to do here, I want to put myself a little box in. So you can do this if you want freehand. I'm going to do it lightly because it's not going to sort of stay as a box. Or you can use a straight edge, it's fine. But I know where the middle is. So you see there, I can sort of give myself a little bit of a fighting chance to get a bit of a box shape in there. Okay, it's about the middle. There you are. Okay, so I'm going to bring my rubber in. Now, I know you laugh at me because I've got these little tiny little bits of rubber. But you know what? It just works. I do have a full-size rubber here. But I don't ever feel that you can't cut a bit off. You know, if you need to. There it is. Okay. I'm ready for this. And what I'd like to do, instead of doing a straight line, or as straight as it's going to be, I'm going to do a curve. Rose, brilliant. Tile swaps. I know everybody, we're doing a tile swap. Remember, I know it's been quite a while since we did the video, but I'm giving you a bit more time to get it done. So please, please, get those in. Okay. All right, a little bit of a box. So I don't actually need those pencil lines anymore. I'm going to get rid of that as well. So if you do them lightly, you might not have to rub them out. It's just I do it quite dark. So what I'm going to do is follow the shape up. I'm going to sort of come out the top there. And then I want to sort of create like a leafy kind of shape. Okay. And then along there, I'm going to come back up this one, look, and create something similar. It's never going to be the same. So don't try to sort of make it the same. The only time you're going to get the same is using a stencil. And we're doing it freehand. But you can do that if you want. Okay, you see what I'm doing here? Bringing a curve and coming round and back down. Okay, you see? So let's do another one. Coming out, around, and again. So these are quite sort of wide. I don't want them to be too narrow because of what comes next kind of thing. Okay, same again. All right, so that's giving me 3. Shall I go for 4? Yes, let's go for 4. If you can't get 4 in, it doesn't matter. Okay. But, you know, your choice. Depends how wide you've gone with them. I can manage 4 in there. All right, let's stop and have a little look at that, see what we've got going on. Okay, then. Let's go on with the first shape we drew. And I want to put myself a line all the way around the inside of that shape. Like that. Take your time with it, quite close. Along there. Okay. So, next one. Along. And then around. Okay. And then again. Next one. You see how this is sort of forming? We're getting this lovely little extra shape in there. Following it round. Each one So again, you're kind of building up that muscle memory and you're getting used to these shapes, drawing inside them. So then let's go to the next one. Now I can only see part of this, so I'm going to come in and just put in the part that I can see, like that. And then if I do the other two while I'm here, around that one, all the way to the bottom there. And then this one here. And along. Oh, hey Vicky. Now that you know, I've done that myself. Sometimes you get dates and things wrong.
When she just says, "Can you ink me a tile?"
Yeah. She had no idea what we were doing, but that's all good. And this tile's out of Leslie's secret stash.
It is out of my secret stash.
But now I know where she keeps them, so it's not secret anymore.
Oops. Oops.
She's going to move them now.
Especially the red one.
Especially the red ones. Yeah, we're not allowed the red ones. But yeah, hey Vicky, don't ever be nervous at going somewhere. It's sort of excitement, that's what it is. Doing something different. You know what? I suppose everybody else going to a meeting, if you've never been before, is a bit nervous too. So never let that worry you. Hold your head up high, girl. You've got this. Okay, so you see I've done all these. And into that one. Okay, let's go in a little bit closer then. Let's have a look at what I want to do here. Are we ready? So I'm going back to this first, it might be the first one I drew. I can't remember now. But looking at this design here, what I'd like to do is follow this pattern in underneath here. See how that works? And then this one joins it there. Okay. And the next one there. And then this one there. And then this one. So now you've got to focus here because we've got to go underneath all of those lines, tracking it along. Down we go. Almost, it goes to the same point each time. So let's give that another go. So we've got this one done. Look at this next one here. It's going to come from the top and underneath down there. So it's following the shape of that leaf design, if we want to call it a leaf, and it's tracking it underneath and it's going to the same point each time. And then this one, if you want to be a little tricky with it and you did it in pencil, you could go over under and really connect or interconnect them. Okay, the next one, a log, and follow it down. And the next one here. There we go. Okay, working it around. And log. One more. And along we go. And the next one. So following them all through as we go. Into there. And then this one. So they're all sort of underneath each other. You've got this sort of lattice effect rather than, look at that. Okay. So we've got these sort of little V shapes here in the corners. Okay, let's go back in and have a look at what we can do there. We'd normally do a little flower or something, wouldn't we? But I think what I'm going to do is come in, and again, you can do this anyway, is I'm going to come in and put myself a curl. Now I can get a small one in there, look. Again, look, round, curl, and a curl. I think sometimes it's easier to draw the larger one first and then bring that small one in. The same on this one. Round. And then to that one. Let's do another curl going this way. Turn it round. And another. You could still put a nice little message in there if you've not done your Valentine's Day card yet. You know, you could sort of have this sort of inference. I'm going to bring a couple little lines out. Don't go too far. Okay. Let's go back in. See, look at that. I would never have known if I'd not gone that close. It's not the point. So a little bobble on the end, and I'm going to zigzag. Bobble on the end, and zigzag. So similar. Now normally I don't sort of repeat what I'm doing with these. It's nice to have them a little bit more random. So it's one of those sort of things. But this time we're sort of keeping in with a little bit of structure. Oh, I've done that one. Go this way. So I'm going to take that there because it's getting quite close to the edge. Quite close. And along we go. Okay. So let's have a look at that. Next little bit, we're going to have a look at the centre here. Just to sort of start me off then, I do want to put a little cross in. I'm going to put that in with a straight edge. You don't have to. Okay. But being that I've got one handy. So I'm going to start, let's have a look. I'm going to start in the middle here. And again, you might want to watch and see how this goes. We've not done this pattern for a long time. So I'm going to take it easy, okay? I'm going to start in the middle. And I'm going to pull outwards. Not too wide. See, not too wide. Now, if you would rather do this in pencil, that's absolutely fine. Do it in pencil. So you see, because I've got a curve here, I'm going to curve it slightly, look. It's going to come and join at the bottom there. So I've gone from there up, and then from the point I finished to down. This one, look, pull out straight. So I've got that. So I've gone up, come down, and I've gone up. And then I'm going to go back from this line where I just ended, put myself a line in. And then from that point where I just ended, and because I'm on a curve here, I'm going to curve it slightly. And then from that point up. And then repeat that way, that way, that way, that way, that way, that way. I'm going to start in the middle again. And I'm going to come from here up to the point there. Okay, so I've got a similar, like a mirror image. And then from this point, I'm going to bring it down to there. And then I'm going to go from there up to there. And then same again, there to there to there. Well, Maureen, I like doing this one. I know sometimes though it can be a little bit tricky, so I hope I've gone at a suitable pace there that you can work it out and you can follow that. Because what I'd like to do is have this little diamond design in the middle. So I'm going to start from here. You see, and if I pull upwards like that or downwards, you see I've got the same shape. And then come down here. You see, you've got to think about it a little bit as to where it sort of stops and starts. And it's not that any way is wrong. You could do them all the same way. And you're just going to get a slightly different pattern than what I've got. So it's entirely up to you. But I want to keep this sort of design going. You see, like that? And then this one, look, let's go from, let's turn it round, see, because I want to do a mirror image of this one. So it looks like that. So you see how this starts at a point and comes out. And I'm going to do the same again. You see I've got a little bit of a guide there to help me, look. So I've gone upwards. And then from here, where I finished, along. And from where I've finished, I'm going to come back down. But because this is a curve, I'm going to sort of create a curve there myself. And then I'm going to go back up here. And then along here. So I'm like creating little triangles all the time. Starting where I ended, just extending it out a little bit. So we've got this real unusual design on the inside there. So then let's do the centre first. There's numerous ways you can do this. I think the first thing is looking at the little fan shapes. You definitely want some pencil at the bottom of each one. So you see there? And there. And there as well. You see the bottom of like the fan? And there. So that's sort of the most straightforward way of doing it, and that's the way I think we'll keep it. Although I do want to come and put a little bit around the edge, you see, of that very first shape we created. So it's almost you've got to find it again. Just have a close look at where everything is and put that pencil there in. Okay. So we then come to these shapes, and this is a real nice one to do because the top one is at the top and everything else underneath is going to be in a bit of shadow. So let's try it first of all by finding all our lines and putting some pencil underneath where every line goes underneath. Not too much, you see, just a little bit. And then, being that we've got these as sort of shadows, I'm going to add just a little bit at the bottom of those. Now you'll notice I've only done it on these three, not on this one. Okay. And the next one. So I'm not going to do anything on this first one, but I'm going to find all the unders and overs, like so. We can go back and add some afterwards. Sometimes it's good to do a little bit and then sort of see where you end up, okay? I think actually a little bit at the bottom of those two. And this one. Leave the front one. Find all the unders. And add some pencil in those areas. And then the bottom of those three. And then see underneath just the bottom in there, where I've not touched that first one. The next one, overs and unders, just little bits, and then along to those areas, a little bit in there. Okay, so start in the middle there, very gently soften that top edge. I've not touched that yet, just soften that off. There's not much space there, so let's work that little bit first. Clean it, see? Same on this one. See, just sort of soften it off a bit. There we go. Same with this one. Just sort of at that top edge, just ease that pencil around the edge there. Same on this one. Okay. So then this one, I'm going to come around, I'm going to go with a swirl. I don't want it to travel too far, but I do need it to sort of move a little bit. So let's work it out. Okay. And again. And again. So let's work on those bits. So again, I want to try if I can and leave a little bit of a gap in between them. Let's get a bit in there. Same on this one. Alright. Go a little bit into the next one. Again, I don't want this pencil particularly to touch each other. We want those little highlights and things going on as we work our way around. See? And there we go. next one. To those little bits. And wander around. See, it doesn't need much, does it? And then before you know it, you've got these lovely sort of shapes coming to life with a bit of shadow. And the next one. Okay, now you might find that you don't see all of it because if you've got a bit inking behind, that kind of thing, but that's okay. There we go. Okay. Okay, so I'm back in with my pencil, and you see, because these go underneath each other, we've got a little bit of shadow where they cross. What I want to do now is where that one goes over there, I'm going to bring in some pencil there. The same with this one. My Tortillon's rolling off my desk. Come back, come back. Let me see. And then this one. And we're going to do it in this one as well. Okay, you can see already what that's doing. I'm going to put some on the outside of that one there. And this one. And follow it round, you see. That one. See, this is where a little rubber's great because I've gone over it. And that one. Okay. That one. Let's see what's the matter with me today. There you go. It's nice to be able to sort of neaten it up if you need to anyway. To there. And that one. A little bit there. And that one. To that one. You see, it just sort of follows along the same sort of path. We're picking on Maureen's white pencil. Okay. So I'm coming around, I'm swirling. So I'm not going to completely try and blend this off. It's just sort of giving it a little bit of a shading there. The bottom, if it's really fine, it's sort of, you know, back and forth. But the top end here, I'm coming with those. Same there. And then bring it round. Okay. Same in there. Okay. You see how that just sits around? Gives it that little bit of depth it needs. A little bit there. And follow it round. This is where you do need to take your time a little bit because we do want to enjoy the process, but we also want a nice sort of flowing shadow there. So it shows you don't have to overdo it much. Okay. And along we go. Okay, and the next one. There you are. Okay, all relaxed. And the next one. Just taking our time. Oh, I didn't. Okay. A little bit there. And around. Just kind of bringing it in. And then this one. You see how that just sort of eases its way around. It's a black pencil. And what I'm going to do is pick on with a couple of little bits going on here. So the very bottom of these sort of fan shapes, add a touch of blackness. The difference that's made already. So you don't have to sort of press on. You don't have to try and blend it in. We've already shaded. So this will sit nicely in those little bits. And then I'm not going to do too much of this, sort of at the top edges a little bit of, see, I'm just sort of stroking it in. And then same at the bottom. So I'm not pressing on here at all. I'm just being quite light with it. I don't want it to overpower, but it needs that little hint. Okay. And same doing the bottom. That feels weird doing the bottom first now because I've done the tops. You know, that's when you sort of get into that memory of doing it all in one way. Let's do it this way. It feels better, that does. And then the bottom edge. Okay. So remember we did a little bit around here as well. Let's add a little bit on that original shape. Just want to bring that out a touch more. Okay. So now you've got a choice. You can use your regular white pencil or you can use your chalk pencil. Do you know, even if she didn't hear me, she just knows. It's an intuition. She just knows. Just going to add a little bit to those top edges. Okay. That was like a, you know, two brains into one, that was, wasn't it? Could have sharpened it for me. I only say that because she's listening. Oh dear. She's shouting at me now from the other room. Here we go. So if you've got a better sharpened white pencil, you might put a bit more on. Thank you, Leslie. That's better. Look at that. That's much better. Oh, that's oh, Vicky, I know. We have these moments. It's hysteria that kicks in. Not so much to do. I'm meeting myself coming back, but there you go. On the top there. Just on those edges. There you are. Okay. Let's have a little look at that. See, look at the difference it makes, just having that little touch. Just around there, having a little bit of the darkness and a little bit of the bright. It really makes a difference. And enjoy this one. Have a little bit of fun with it. Play around. Try something different. Oh, good. Thank you ever so much, everybody. Oh, Joe, yeah, maybe the Christmas shows. Because we do Christmas in June, of course. But, yeah, they're going to be fab. Well, anyway, have fun, everybody. Enjoy. And I'll catch up with you at some point.